This video is part 2 of midpoints, and we're going to start with finding a missing endpoint. So in this video, we know the midpoint, and we know one of the endpoints. So let me just demonstrate what this would look like. I'm going to draw over here underneath the word endpoint. So if, for instance, this is the midpoint, it's at -1, 2, and this is an endpoint, 3, -5. I'm trying to find the other endpoint, which is going to be somewhere probably over here. So we're going to use the formula a little bit different. Remember that midpoint equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So we're going to create two equations. One to solve for the x, and one to solve for the y's. So my x coordinate for my midpoint is -1. My x1, I'm going to call this x1, y1, and our a that we're looking for, x2, y2. So x1 is 3. I'm trying to find x2 divided by 2. So I'm going to take both sides times 2 to get rid of the fraction, and then subtract 3. I'm going to do the same thing for the y. So I know that the y coordinate for the midpoint is 2. y1 is -5. Trying to find y2 divided by 2. So the process is going to be the same. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 to eliminate the fraction. And then I'm going to add 5. Add 5. So the coordinate for A, the point A, is going to be -5, 9. Okay, so let's look at the next one. My midpoint, it says find the coordinates of J if K is the midpoint. So this is my midpoint. L is my x1, y1, and K is my x2, y2, what I'm trying to find. So looking for the x part, the x coordinate of the midpoint is -5, equals x1, which is -8, plus x2 divided by 2. So that divided by 2 is a part of the formula. It's always done. Multiply both sides by 2. Add 8. Exact same thing done for the y side. 10 is that y coordinate of the midpoint. 6 plus y2 divided by 2. Multiply both sides by 2 to eliminate the fraction, and then subtract 6. So my coordinates for J are -2, 14. And we have one more of this type. It says find the coordinates of R, so I'm trying to find R. if Q is the midpoint, and P is my x1, y1. So negative 1 equals 5 plus x2 divided by 2. Multiply both sides by 2. Eliminates the fraction. Subtract 5. If you need to show that work, that's fine. I'm verbally telling you what I'm doing. And then trying to find the y coordinate. 6, oops. It's not 6, sorry. It's 3 equals 5 plus, I did it again. Sorry. 6 plus y2 divided by 2. Multiply both sides by 2. And subtract 6. So the coordinates for R are negative 7, 0. And hopefully that was enough examples to help you in finding a missing endpoint. And then this last part is just some more practice. So number 9, I'm going to draw a picture. It says I have the segment XY. P is a midpoint, so we know then that those two segments are congruent. XP is 8x minus 2. PY is 12x minus 30. I know they're equal, so I can just solve. I'm going to subtract 12x. All of you guys have been getting real good at solving equations. Add 2. Then I'm going to divide by negative 4. And that's what it's asking for. Find the value of x. So that problem is done. The next one, I have segment FH. G is the midpoint. So that means these two segments are congruent. So their measures are equal. So FG is 14x plus 25 must equal GH. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. And subtract 25. And I get 48. Divide by 16, and I get x equals 3. But this time it wants me to find FH. FH. So I know FG plus GH equals FH. Okay? FG is, I'm going to run out of space here, 14 times 3 plus 25. And I know GH is 73 minus 2 times 3. Okay, so 14 times 3 is 42. Oops, that should be a minus sign. Minus 73 minus 6. Plug that into the calculator. 42 plus 25 is 67. Oh, I must have done something wrong here. Oh, that is a plus sign here. Sorry, that should be a plus sign. I couldn't see my plus. So let's try this again. 42 plus 25 is 67. 67 plus 73 is 140. Minus 6 is 134. And the last one uses the diagram to the side there. It says the line N bisects QR. So that means QP equals PR. So let's go ahead and create that equation. Subtract 5x. Subtract 5. And divide by -2. So x equals 12. Wants to find QP, and QP is 3 times x plus 5. So 36 plus 5, which equals 41. And this ends part 2.